This is the drive home with TT for the Millwall drive home, driving home from St Andrews, where it finished Birmingham City 1, Millwall 1. Another game without defeat is my initial thinking about that game, and a game that pretty much should have finished all square. Although, once you take the lead with only 30 minutes on the clock, you really want to take it home and take away all 3 points. And I do think that overall Millwall created the better chances today, and we looked very, very dangerous on the break. But it was a game of missed chances, really. Although both sides, I would say, will feel disappointed that they've only got one goal today, because some really good chances were created from both sides. From a Millwall point of view, it's always disappointing to concede a goal from a set piece when we were playing as well as we were. I felt after we scored the goal, I didn't think that we were going to allow them back into it. Well, not that we weren't going to allow them back into it, but we weren't conceding many opportunities at that stage. So it was disappointing to concede from the corner. We made a few changes. We started off with Bartosz Białkowski in goal. Right back was Marlon Romeo. Left back was Murray Wallace. Centre back pairing of Alex Cooper and Alex Pearce and Jake Cooper. We then had the two men again sitting in front of that back four in Jason Malumbe and Sean Williams. Ben Thompson played kind of the I think it was the right midfield, left midfield. He swapped over with Yuri Skalak, who was playing on the left midfield. We then had the one central attacking midfielder in Ben Thompson. No, not Ben Thompson, Jed Wallace. I'm all over the place at the moment. And up front was Matt Smith. I felt like the formation wasn't bad. I felt that what I like under Rowett is that we are trying to play a lot more football. We are trying to pass the ball around a lot more. It's a lot less direct. And even if we are sitting deep at times, the formation encourages you to attack with pace. And obviously, Jed done that quite a few times. Ben tried to do it, although wasn't really successful. I do feel like we look far more dangerous as a side than we did previously under Neil Harris, which is only promising for the future. I do feel like the Championship is lacking quality at the moment, other than the teams at the top, and even teams like Leeds who we've beat. There seems to be a lack of consistency and a lack of quality, and that means that any game is up there for a team to take all 3 points. You look at Luton conceding so many goals today against Brentford. The Championship's wide open at the moment, and any team that can put a decent run together has a chance of really making the playoffs, and even automatic promotion. And I'm not saying that for Millwall necessarily, but I am saying that there's no team in the Championship that I actually fear going to. And even though I do feel, grounds like Birmingham, there's no easy game, we're always in the game. And I felt today we were always in that game. If I break down the individual performances, I felt like Bart didn't have too much to do, but again, he looks secure when he does it. Claiming the ball's in around the box, he grabs hold of. I think he made one save of note that I can remember. And for that reason, I was saying to somebody next to me that that the difference between what we've had previously to Bart, and I don't think people should take that for granted. What Bart has brought to the team is consistency, and he's dependable, and that's what you want from a goalkeeper. They're going to score the goal that Birmingham scored. There was no way he had no chance of getting it. You don't mind those going in. That's just part and parcel of it. But you do want him to make the saves that come at him. You do want him to make the reflex saves, and that's what Bart does. And he's done that well enough again today. For that reason, I'll give Bart a 7. Zach, what would you give Bart?
I don't really want to rate him lower than a 7, but I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay, a 6. We had Marlon Romeo on the right, who again was put under pressure as a right back. Balls came into the area from his side. He's not popular with everybody, around us, but I still rate Marlon really highly. I still think that has the ability to nullify a winger, and I felt he'd done that well enough today. Couldn't get forward as much as he'd probably have liked. He was pushed back a lot, but I feel like what he did do, he done well, and for that reason I'll give him also a 7. Zach, Marlon?
I don't think he was really in the game, so I think I'll give him the same as well.
Another 6.
6, yeah.
Then we'll move on to the left back, Murray Wallace. I think it was a stronger performance from Murray, and looked better going forward actually than he has done previously. Was quite positive with the ball at his feet, and I think he needs to be there because he has got the ability to run with the ball and use his size to put teams under pressure. I remember him putting an absolute beautiful ball into the box, and that's what you want from, if your wing backs are going to get forward, you want them to have some decent delivery, and I felt Murray Wallace did that quite well today. I felt he broke up the play in front of him well, and for that reason I'll give him a 7. Zach, Murray Wallace? Another 7. And then Jake Cooper and obviously Alex Pearce at the back. Balls up to them, they dealt with really well. I can't really remember, other than from the corner, which I think was Matt Smith's fault. I think it was him that was marking the near post. I can't really remember them being under too much strain or stress. They looked composed. They dealt with the bits in and around them, and like I said, Birmingham did make a couple of glorious opportunities that weren't taken, and perhaps that puts a different slant on it. But conceding only 1 goal away from home, no matter who you're playing, again, I'll give them both a solid 7. Zach?
I would give them split decision because I think Jake Cooper was my man of the match today. Him and Bart they were just in the game. Bart made his one stop, and it was quite a good one. And Jake Cooper made a few really good blocks, so I think I will give Jake Cooper an 8 and Hutchinson a 7.
Pearce, you mean?
Pearce, yeah.
See, I told you it's not as easy as it looks. And then we had the two in front, Williams and Malumba, and actually I thought both of them, personally I thought they had really good games. They were more positive once they got the ball. A lot of the attack started because of their quick thinking, quick shift of the play. Both of them, Malumba more than Williams, was able to again receive the ball in the half turn and look to attack, which is so important to get your team out from the back. But you can't go much further. And like I said, I thought Malumba edged Williams in terms of gameplay. But my man of the match, and I haven't said this very often, but he deserves it, not only for the goal, because the goal is absolutely superb, but I felt like he for his all-round play, he was excellent today, was Sean Williams. He was my man of the match, and I felt today he got an 8. The finish for the goal was it's our best goal of the season by a long way, in my opinion. He's received the ball about 30 yards out, runs about 8 yards, and then curls the ball, literally going away from the keeper into the top left-hand corner, which is down in front of us. It was brilliant to see him taking the lead at that stage. And it's one of the, like I said, the best goal of the season. For that reason, Sean Williams deserves to get man of the match. We then move forward. Like I said, Yuri Skalak, I felt done well on his. I don't remember him starting, so on his first start for a while, I felt he tried, worked hard, tracked back, again was able to run on the ball to get us out. Perhaps lacked making the right decision in the final third, and I think a few of our players were probably guilty of that. Also, Jed Wallace was probably guilty of not making the right decision in the final third. Getting there, I felt we'd done well, but otherwise, I think it was a steady debut from Yuri. Although I do prefer Jed on the right to being in the middle. It was good to see Yuri make a positive impact, and for that reason, I'll give him a 7. I felt on the left side it was Ben, and it wasn't. things just didn't seem to go right for Ben today. You know, if it bobbled off his leg, it'd go out of play. You know, there was a couple of misplaced passes, and you could see as the game was getting on, I don't think he was getting frustrated, but it seemed like the rub of the green weren't going for him every single time. Sorry, Zach, what do you want to rate Skalak?
It's very hard because it was, I think I'll give him a 6.5.
Okay, what about Williams?
I mean, I weren't there for the goal because I went to the toilet, and also, but I watched on your phone afterwards, and I thought it was a cracker. And he didn't get on the ball too much, so I'll give him a 7.
Okay, what about Mulumbe?
It's very hard because Mulumbe, he weren't really in the game today, but he tried his best, and I'll give him a 7 for trying.
Okay, and then so like I was saying about Thompson, I don't think it was his best performance. A lot of misplaced passes from Ben today. He did have a cracking shot in the first half from the corner of the box, you know, chested it in. It was a good ball up to him, beats the defender. I think it was the midfielder that he beat, cut in and then rifled a shot into the top right hand corner, but the keeper's done really well to do it. And you know, the keeper's made a couple of very good saves. I think he was Birmingham's man of the match, and that's good from our point of view, that we're putting them under pressure, but you'd hope that we finish those chances. And then so I'll give Ben probably a 6. Central attacking midfield was Jed, who was all over the place in terms of, you know, he was on the right, he was on the left, he was cutting in, he was cutting back. You know, he was a big part of what we were doing. It's difficult in terms of end product. I don't think it was probably there for Jed today, but his endeavour, and he always seems to be able to get on the ball, and that's what you really want from someone that's playing that role. You want them to kind of get on the ball and run at players, and Jed does that in abundance. And like I said, I think he had one of his games where just his end product wasn't quite there. So for that reason, I'll still give Jed a 7, and then move up front to Matt Smith, who for the first 70 minutes was really difficult for the Birmingham defenders to deal with. You know, he had a good header in the first half that was well saved by the goalkeeper. He's headed it down. He really puts himself about, and he's more than just a target man. I feel that Matt Smith has got a bit about him on the floor. Obviously, he can't run very fast, but I do think that we missed a trick today. I'll give him a 7, but I feel like we missed a trick because we score on the 60th minute or in around the 60th minute. For the next 10 minutes, I felt we'd done all right to consolidate, and then you think we need to make the subs then to get fresh legs on. Yuri Skalak was knackered at that stage, and so was Matt Smith. And I felt if we'd have made the subs then, obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing, but it looked like to me they was crying out for it at that stage because they were out on their feet. And I don't know whether it's the reason we conceded because Matt Smith may be a little bit tired, switches off for the corner, and the corner came from Yuri Skalak's side, but I don't know whether they're to blame as such. But the difference was when Bradshaw came on, when Budfarson came on, we looked so dangerous on the attack, we looked so dangerous on the counter attack, and you just feel that if they'd have just come on a little bit earlier, we probably would have taken the game to Birmingham. Saying that, we had chances again to put the game to bed, and if you know Matt Smith has got one where he's gone like he's bundled past the goalkeeper, and you think just hit the like he's got an open goal, but he seemed reluctant to take it on his left foot. It was from a tight angle, but he decided to try and cut it back, and it failed. And little chances like that, if we just take one or two more of those chances, we deservedly. You could say we would deservedly driving back down the M6, which is what I'm doing now, with all 3 points. But Zach, so what would you rate Matt Smith? I hope you didn't hear that on there. If there's the surround sound, Zach just dropped a little one out of his backside, didn't you there, Zach? Yeah, go on.
He weren't really in the game, and the only show of pace that he had was when he was offside.
Okay.
So I think I'll give Matt Smith a 6.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Jed Jed, I can never give him less than a 6. It's just that he always tries his best, and the only day where he doesn't try his best is when he's actually knackered.
Yeah. So obviously we move forward. I will be doing a live FA Cup draw YouTube video with Zach. Alf, are you in the backs? Who's your man of the match?
My man of the match was probably Jake Cooper, because everything in the air hit him, or he dealt with it, or he like was communicating to Piers a lot, and that.
So you felt you done well.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think
Alf?
Alfie's like really right, because I can see that Jake Cooper like tries, as in he tries for the ball in the air, and he tried for the ball on the ground too. He tries to get it up to Matt Smith, lump it up, and see if we can score from there.
Cool. So like I said, FA Cup live draw. It'll be from 7 o'clock on this channel. If you haven't got notifications on, turn the notifications on. I don't even know how to do it myself, but ask one of your kids if you put I think you've got to do something with the bell. Press that. We'll tell you whenever I'm on the stream. But I really enjoyed doing that last year, so I'm looking forward to doing that again. And then we've got Nottingham Forest next Friday. That's our next game. So hopefully a bit of time for the boys to relax, rest up after 3 games within the week, and then we go again. Like I said, I'm happy with a point. Would have obviously preferred all 3 points, but Rowett's not losing many games, and that's a good sign of a good manager. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Please put your comments in below. Thanks for before I go, I was dismal. I was on the pitch at half time, and oh my goodness, was I poor. So if any of the players saw that, they'd probably give me a 3 or a 2 out of 10, because I couldn't hit the halfway line. But if you saw that, probably put that in the comments as well. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you don't mind.
Turn notifications on.
Turn the notifications on. No one likes us. We don't care.